Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Shaw Hayes, and I am coming to you with the realness, with what I would like to call the Black Mama realness, with my hair wrapped up and just cocoa butter on my face. And that's because this is a topic what I like to call the unsolicited advice. And it's about something that has to do with most Black mothers and parents would have to address at some point, which is, as far as disciplining your child. There's a heated debate going on our page right now. So make sure you join in your discussion. We'd love to hear your feedback about if one of your children was to attack another child in the household. How would you respond? Because right now there's all these laws about not hitting your children and spanking them and disciplining them. I grew up in a household where there was discipline. My mother was the one who mostly did most of the spanking and bringing in our household. But I'm as a newly Black mother, it's difficult for me to say I want to go first with the spanking because I know the Bible says, spare the rod, spoil the child, and all that kind of stuff. But I think talking to is the best direction in terms of teaching a child a lesson. Now, if after you've talked and they don't want to listen, they don't have to live there anymore. I mean, my opinion is that you have already set the rules of where you want to go in life. And obviously, it's not under the guise of where I want you to be. So, therefore, just kick them out. Why even? I feel like you shouldn't even stoop to the level of a child to have to beat or fight a child because at that point, you are at the same level as a child. If you are now lowering yourself to then having to go back and beat a child behind something they've done. That's my opinion. Again, when you get grown enough, that bad enough that you feel like you're gonna buck up and hit a child or hit somebody else in the household, you don't need to live there no more. I'm going to call Child Protective Services and have them remove you from my house. Call foster care services. You no longer need to live there if that's what you plan on doing in my household. But that's my opinion. Everybody else has their own opinion. Everybody was raised differently in their household, but you all let us know. Dale, what do you think? I know we've had discussions about this in the past, but tell me, what do you think and your thoughts about, and hit it to the streets, find out in the streets, what are their thoughts about, should we be out here beating down our children, knocking their heads out? As my mother would say, I would knock the black off of you, okay? The old school, I brought you into this world, I would take you out stuff. Is that stuff that we still should be using? Is that the stuff we should be still telling our kids, to instill fear in them? What are y'all thoughts? Still, take it to the streets and let me know. What's going on? What should we do out here as parents? My co-host.
Okay.
We got to stand right here. Girl,
Here we go.
Big discussion online. People, okay, I'm just going to ask you this. What's up? Ooh,
What's up?
Come be in the video,
Come
too.
on, Jimmy Hot.
We want you in here, too. Well, let's
Where
move
we
away
at?
from the door because people going to be
Okay.
coming in and out.
We don't want no
Big
problems.
discussion online. Okay, you have a 19-year-old daughter, 16-year-old son. The son punches the daughter in the chest, calls her like thought ass bitch, all type of stuff. The law says, some people are under the impression, the law says you can't hit your child. What do you do?
Beat his ass.
You do?
Yeah.
Even though the law says you can't?
Beat his ass.
Even though the law says you can't?
Depends how old you are.
He's 16.
No, I'm depends how the parents.
He's
how
talking
old
to
the
his
parents.
sister in this way.
He's talking to his sister in
No,
this
it
way.
depends how old the
You
parents.
gotta beat his ass before
Beat
the
his
world
ass.
beats his ass.
Beat his
There's some
ass.
lessons that need to be learned. Number one, do not disrespect women.
I got my ass beat, and I'm 38.
Did it change your life for the
Yes,
better?
it did.
There we go.
I was
Okay.
raised by my daddy.
Okay.
That ass.
Also, too, now listen. What I noticed is because we had a big discussion on our page. You keep coming out of the frame.
Okay,
I want
my
people to
fault.
see
Get in
you.
that frame.
We had a big discussion on the page. People were going off, and most of the white people was like, "Why are you?" What I can't even say most of the white people. Most of the white people and all the light skinned people was like, "Why are you beating your kids when you could just be talking to them, showing them that's not the way, doing the resolve?" And as a black person, I'm like, kick your teeth in for hitting your sister because it's a
different.
training. But what do you think are our ways effective? Because we're screaming out the beating and the other people are not.
Look, beat your child's ass. They when they get older, our age, you'll understand and respect the world.
Now, see, for me, it's interesting because I always say, like, I don't ever want to whip my kids. You know what
Why?
I mean? But I don't know. It's a piece where I want to feel like, you remember my wife and kids, like Michael Kyle parenting?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't ever whip them kids, but like the shit he put them through mentally, the
But you, have
lessons
to,
were way.
but you gotta have them mentally.
That's what I'm saying.
You
I
have
want
to
my
have that
kids to
look.
be way more mental
You
than
gotta think.
physical in any and everything. I
You gotta
wanted to
think,
start here.
That's a parent. That was both parents in the house.
That's
Okay,
true.
so-
And
let
that's
me
how I
add it.
grew up.
If it's,
Okay,
if it's
So
just
that's why I feel like
your daddy had that look.
yes.
See?
Okay, now let
if
me
it's just
ask.
a single mother, she gotta whoop that kid's ass.
All right,
'Cause she'll get
another
disrespect.
element. This is not a single mother. This is a single father who's parenting two children where their mother has passed on. Does that change the element for you?
Yeah,
That, like,
she
or
should.
whether or how you would
mean,
discipline them,
yeah.
or would you whip them still, or what?
Kaboom.
Would you whip them still?
Yes.
Okay.
For me,
The
no.
lady or the
simple
bum?
fact is, I would teach my daughter not to get whooped by no man
By how? By how?
by saying that was wrong for the son to hit the
Okay, hitting
but
it by
and I would
beating
teach
the
my
son.
son, I'm gonna beat your ass for beating on a woman.
Okay, I
you
know
a
that's
punk.
right. Listen, I'm with you. I am with violence against violent children because I feel like you do gotta let them know. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like how I feel like you have to speak their language. My co-host was saying, I don't want to speak their language. You just can't live here anymore. But I feel like, why am I abandoning you, letting you be outside of the home when I could kick your ass and you stay in here and understand how to respect the home? You know? Janae?
For me, I feel like any
What are they saying back to
whooping
us?
has been temporary
Beating.
for me.
Marcus Jones say
The,
beat him.
you
Yeah.
know, for me, it's the conversations when I knew I was disappointed my parents.
Oh, let me get in
That's
real quick.
stuck
I
any
understand.
longer than any whooping I've
That
ever
mean I can
gotten.
get close
And
to
I've
that.
been whooped with a belt and a switch at the same time. My dad's from Mississippi, and
You didn't get hit
what
with no, central cord?
lasted? No, never central cord. I would get this, you know, whatever. But like it to me, it's the more the mental and physical, like spiritual part of just knowing like I've let my parents down was always way deeper for me. So whooping is I think they're too
Whoopings are good.
temporary for me.
When you
Like,
get
I've
older,
been
you'll
with-
understand.
I'm 30 and I still think whoopings are so temporary. And there's times where I'll even have like negative flashbacks.
And my
They're
birthday's
not healthy
Saturday.
flashbacks.
They're negative flashbacks.
They're negative
now that
flashbacks
you're dealing
where
with.
it's like, ooh, it doesn't do me well in my adult life. A man hitting me, like whooping me, that doesn't do any good for me. Or even a woman hitting me, like it just to me there's no positive effect.
Okay, but so you're saying for you personally, don't
me
whip you,
personally.
but would you whip your son's ass who was
I
putting
would
his
have
hands on his daughter?
I would have to. We're gonna have to figure out something. I just don't know. I don't know. We would have to figure out something. Revoke some. I'm talking real white. Revoke some privileges.
now listen. Now
You know?
I'm with that
You know,
because
very,
see that's what
like-
I think too. I think that if you're not gonna whip them, throw the PlayStation in the trash can.
Some
Don't worry
really
about the 300.
way
you spent.
deeper than
Throw
that,
the
yeah.
telephone
I'm that
away. No
person.
more cell phone
Make-
ever in your life.
I
You
throw
throw that
away
PlayStation
$1,000
and
worth of wine
Yes.
just on-
Make
just
them
to
work
prove
for
a
it to
point.
get it back.
It's
And
not-
make them
it's
work for it to
nothing.
get it back, or let you never get it back, so you can understand
That's
why
right.
you never have this thing again in your life. Why you never have a cell phone in your life. Oh, because I beat my sister this one time. Oh, because I beat my sister this one time. Well, you ain't gonna play
Bruises
this. Oh, because I
fade
beat
in
her.
2 to 3 days. and
They
so
do
does the
fade, but
fact
the
that
memory
you
of the
got-
bruise though doesn't fade.
Okay.
That's
I
why
don't
I'm
know,
with
for me-
beating your ass and taking your PlayStation
I
and
remember
all
hitting
my
my
business.
daughter.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's not why I don't do what
That
I
was in
did.
1985. It's 2017.
More of what
I
the
keep on
thought
talking
of
about-
disappointment was than the like thought of like embarrassing my parents or something, so they whipping me for that. It was more like, damn, I really fucked up the legacy in a way, you know?
Yeah.
That to me was way more powerful than getting a spanking, a whooping, a beating, or whatever we call it. What they say?
Yeah,
God
yeah.
said Proverbs beat that ass.
God said in Proverbs, beat that ass. You right there, Marcus Brown. Oh, first of all, we got a recurring guest that was on here before. Thank you so much, John Nate. Thank you so much for joining the
Head.
We
podcast.
about to go watch
Jimmy
Dave
Head.
Chappelle.
That's right, and I'm about to join y'all too after I talk to Skeet. What's going
Chilling, man.
on?
This light is beautiful. Look, I look
This
all brown. My
light is
skin
so
look
great.
good.
You're
Look at
looking
this. Look,
crispy as
look,
I don't know what. The
It's
last
baby oil.
video.
It's the baby
The
oil.
last video. Do you remember the last video we did together? It was the
went.
selfie stick in Jersey,
In Jersey.
with the fantastic lights. And we're back in Los Angeles
Going down.
with the selfie stick and the fantastic light.
Yes.
We were just talking about would you beat your kids or not?
Yeah.
Here's the situation. 19-year-old girl,
Right.
16-year-old boy, brother and sister.
Right.
Father raises them because the mother passed away.
Right.
16-year-old beats the 19-year-old, punches in the chest, calls her a thought ass bitch. Would you beat him or would you not? How would you handle that
He
situation?
hit the girl. He
Calls her
hit
a thought
the
ass
daughter.
bitch, punches,
Cursed.
you know, his sister.
His sister.
Okay.
I'm the father.
You're the father.
Yeah, I would have to put my hands on him because he put his hands on her. She's a female. She's a girl. I had to reprimand him in a way that he understands not to do it again. It shouldn't be too much talking because as a man, you should know you shouldn't put your hands on a female. So as a father, you gotta put them hands on him to let him know not to do it again. So I don't think that was too hard, you know.
You wouldn't think it was too hard, but let me just tell you how I got 200 comments on this discussion on Facebook right now. People like, how dare you stoop to that level of beating the kids?
You gotta. I mean, I know people that try not to beat their kids, but what happens is the kids, like I still haven't found respect. Well, I always have respect for my parents, but I still have that fear. I know my mom not gonna put her hands on me. I'm a grown man, but it's like something that you respect. I remember when she used to put her hands
Me
on me. It's
too.
Like, you be like, oh yeah, I know not to do that. So
Yes.
when you got kids that you don't gotta kill them. You pop them a couple times. They gotta get scared. They gotta know when you gotta jump at. If they jump, that's how you know.
Straight up, and you remember it,
Right, you
and you
do.
remember it.
It's
But
a
I do
lifelong.
have a lot of parents that are on here being like,
Right.
"What if I talk?" Now, you know, to their defense, they are saying, "Well, if you gotta beat them, that means you don't let it go too far." And then, you know, sometimes you have let it go too far. But how do you reprimand it right now?
Right.
You know, I mean, I guess we're just physical people,
Right.
and I feel like because somebody was physical with me, and I remember that's like the quickest way to get it in your memory.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you're almost like prison. So now prison, prison
Because-
comes around when kids are not punished and they're not told what and what not to do. And sometimes you gotta pop them.
Yeah.
So if you ain't popping them, they're gonna get popped with handcuffs, and that's a consequence. That
Or death,
you
or
know,
popped out
yeah,
on the street because
exactly.
you popping somebody else's
Right,
sister,
right.
and somebody else's brother is
Right,
mad,
right.
and then they come
They
pop
got the
your
thumb.
ass.
They understand where we coming from.
Shout out to Ashley James, Washington, Tanisha Ingram, all these people. Ashley James was in on the conversation. People are getting in on this conversation to beat or not to beat. Marvin Sprill. So Skeet, what you got going on?
I just filmed the movie today out
That's
here.
awesome.
Yeah, it's called Humble Pie, so that will be coming out soon. Chocolate Sundays yesterday, Ha Cafe tomorrow. I'm supposed to call you like yesterday. I was supposed to call you. Yes, I was. So,
He goes
don't
Hollywood
get in
so
trouble.
fast.
No, I
He
don't.
goes Hollywood
I
so
appreciate
fast.
you so much too for that was dope. So
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, guys, get in on the topic. Comment
sweater is
to
so-
beat or
so
not
soft.
to beat.
Oh my God.
Hey,
nice.
I'm gonna sign off. I can't even say over to you, Sha, because she didn't gave it over to me. I love y'all. Up Late with Shindell. Please find us on Instagram, find us on Twitter, find us on Facebook. Follow us, Up Late with Shindell. Oh, and YouTube. God bless you. Bye, y'all. Hey, hey.